What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So today in the news, we have Devin the Dream Haney versus Richardson Hitchins. Man, they're going back and forth. Actually, I knew of Richardson Hitchins in the amateurs, man. Everybody used to call him Africa or whatnot. But anyways, man, as you guys can see on the screen, Devin Haney tweets, "How many belts you got? Better fighter. Go prove yourself. Get off my dick. You keep mentioning me, and I'm not even in your weight class yet. You a jealous BN." Twitter.com/he is Richardson. So he was tweeting Richardson Hitchins replies back and says, PUSSYNIGGA, jealous of what anything you've done I could have done as a prospect. Whoever you be, I would have violated. FYI, your BA gets brung up to me, I'll whoop you on any day, any weight, big nose. Wow, so those are definitely some strong words. I don't even know what caused this. I saw an interview that Fight Hype did with Richardson Hitchins and or Africa, like I probably what I call him. But anyways, and what he just, the only thing I don't know. I couldn't find what dude said, but the only thing I saw that he said about Devin Haney was like, he was just like, if you put a Cambosis in front of me, I'll do him just like Devin Haney did, or even better, or something like that. So I don't know exactly what was said between the two, but however, Richardson Hitchins is a up-and-coming fighter. I just talked about the stacked division of 140, and that's another name that's added to that division, or added to the list of talented fighters in that division. That division is just super stacked to the max. So, he's just coming off of his performance. I think he fought earlier actually last month, February. It was February. And he fought John Bowser, who actually was doing a lot of talking. And I want to say John Bowser was undefeated as well. But he was doing a lot of talking. And, Richardson Hitchins got rid of him. Or he beat him in a 10th round decision. I know he was actually going back and forth with Montana Love at the press conference as well. They were going back and forth at one particular time. So that's another interesting fight as well. But Richardson Hitchins, undefeated prospect, has the record of 16-0 with 7 knockouts. He's a good up-and-coming fighter, bro. He's around Shakur a lot. He spars Shakur a lot. He spars Terrence Crawford a lot. So he's up and coming. He's getting some very good work in. He hasn't fought anybody that we really know, but again he's up and coming. So I won't hold that against him. He's just still trying to make his way. In the rankings, so I won't hold it against him. He's still young, so he's a prospect. So he's fighting the guys that he's supposed to be fighting. However, Devin the Dream Haney, he is the king at 130. We all know, he's undisputed. So that definitely makes him the top guy at 135. The most well known is Gervonta Davis, but this is the man. He got all the belts. He's undisputed. So you got to see him if you want to get any of the belts, which is Devin Haney. But Devin Haney, he's been in there with a lot of guys, or quite a few guys that are very good. From my knowledge, from what I can remember, Mason Menard. I don't think we'll give him credit for or the Yuriorkis Gamboa, but that is still a guy that he was in there with. So Gamboa, Jorge Linares, Joseph Diaz, Cambosis. So he's bringing up his resume pretty well, man. So I actually consider him to be undisputed. A lot of guys. Teofimo was not undisputed in my opinion. He wasn't undisputed because we can dispute that. So that just automatically cancels out that term, undisputed. But I do feel like at some point Devin Haney is gonna move up to 140. So should this fight ever materialize, definitely possible in the future. I believe by the end of this year, or I don't know because Bill Haney, he stated that 2023 there will be no other champion at 135. So I don't know if I guess Devin Haney is going to stay another, finish out this year at 135. But judging by how he looked at the weigh-in with the Kambosos fight, and I, you know, according to some old interviews that he stated, I thought that the Lomachenko fight was going to be his last fight at 135, and if he couldn't get that fight with Lomachenko, I thought he was just going to go ahead and move up to 140 or whatnot, because he definitely was looking. It was looking like he was sunk, you know, his face was, you know, his eyes were sunk in on that way, and it's just like he's having a hard time making 135. So I assume that he'll be moving up to 140 pretty soon, and in that division, of course, I believe he'll have a quicker chance of becoming a world champion at 140 than Richardson Hitchins will, because obviously, if you know the rules of the, what is it? Is it the I think it's the WBA, or is it the IBF, the W? It's not the W. No, it is the WBO. Yeah, that's what it is. It's actually the WBO. The rules of the WBO, if I'm not mistaken, if you relinquish your titles at a lower weight class and you move up, you're automatically owed a shot at those titles or whatnot, at that belt. So I definitely believe. And I feel like Devin Haney has the tools to beat a Josh Taylor, or who else is champion? Him and Regis Progress is going to be will be a very interesting matchup. But I think he can beat. I think he can beat all those guys, if I'm being honest. Now, will he beat them? I'm not sure. I don't. You know, that only time will tell. I say this all the time. Time is the biggest snitch, because it tells everything. So, you know, only time will tell. But I do feel like Devin Haney, he has the tools to beat all those guys. Definitely, I know for a fact he'll beat majority of them, if not all of them. So I do feel like we'll get that fight in the future, just not right now. Richardson Hitchins still has a lot to prove right now. Like I said, he's up and coming. He's coming up in weight. He's a prospect. He's fighting the guys that he's supposed to be fighting. He says that he's fighting in June against another undefeated guy. Of course, they're not going to tell us the name, but he does have another fight lined up, which is very good, because he needs to be active. So he said he's fighting in June in New York. So, you know, I'll be looking forward to watching that. But in the future, this definitely be good. I'm not gonna break the fight down right now, because obviously it's too soon. I mean, I feel like if Richardson fight was to fight Devin Haney right now, I mean, I think we know who will win, even though Devin Haney is coming up in weight. But let's let, you know, Richardson, you know, let's let him mature a little bit, or at least get to a contender stage, to then before we start trying to break down who will win between the two, because right now it's not really fair. It's not really a fair call. But in the future, I definitely would like to see the fight. Right now, I think Richardson Hitchins needs to just focus on. I don't even think these two need to be focused on each other right now. Devin Haney, you know, he has a fight with Lomachenko coming up, another big name to put on his resume. That'll be great to see. Richardson Hitchins, he's still trying to make his way, so I think he needs to focus on that. I'm not sure what organization he's ranked in. Actually, here we go. I got it pulled up right now, actually. So, in the WBO, he's ranked at 13. Richardson Hitchins. I'm sorry, I said Hitchins. Whatever I said. Anyways, at the WBO, he's ranked at 13. All right, and that's the belt that Josh Taylor has. At the IBF, that's the belt that Subriel Matias has. He is ranked, and now these haven't been updated, so this, you know, you got to just bear with it. But he's ranked at 12, right behind Richard Comey. Okay, so those are some really good fights. Arnold Barboza, goodness gracious, bro, 140 is just stacked. Brandon Lee, Jose Ramirez, Teofimo Lopez, Jack Catterall, bro. God, goodness gracious, bro. All right, so, my bad, man. So at the IBF, he's ranked number 12. Is he ranked with the WBA? Nah, he's not ranked with the WBA. Nah, he's not ranked with the WBA and the WBC. He's not ranked with the WBC either. Not in the top 15 at least. That's what I mean. So, you know, he still has a way to go. So let's let him mature before we even start talking about this fight even being a possibility. All right, let me know what you guys think about both fighters. Who would you like to see both fighters in the ring with next? Who do you see winning? Not that it matters. Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?